friends, Argen and Tina here with the game of Argentine Tango, and we are back with another episode of easy entries into the moves they'll love. And the move that they will love that we are going over today is the gancho.
Or in Espanol for hook, where one leg hooks around the partner's leg.
Ganchos are really fun little additions that we can add, and you're about to find out that they are fairly easy to sprinkle throughout our entire dance because we're going to show you how to access your gancho from all three of our main steps, our open, front crossing, and back crossing.
Exactly.
So we need to identify what is the situation that we want to create to then be able to access our gancho, or what are our prerequisites for a successful gancho?
I think a key one is the geometry. It's all about how we navigate to invite our partner into a space that gets them close to us so that our legs can easily reach each other, and also puts us into a perpendicular positioning.
This is important because the person that is creating the gancho, we want our legs to be moving in a forward or backwards type of motion. And in order for the other person to provide that leg to hook on, they need to be sideways to the person going forward or backwards. So looking for opportunities where you guys are in a position.
Perpendicular.
So looking for opportunities where you can create that perpendicular position is what's going to open up those ganchos.
Right. Soft knees is another one. For the person that is receiving the gancho, I want to provide plenty of room for my partner to be able to bring that leg around, and we'll demonstrate that.
And I think the success of that relies on what you initially said about managing the distance between the two partners and bringing your partner close to you, so that way you are not overextending that leg, so that way we can bend to create the soft knee.
Right.
Yeah.
One other thing we might mention is that ganchos are often used with sharp sort of exclamations in the music.
Yes.
That hit boom.
Yes. Yes.
And of course, just about any move can be done with any feeling. It can also be done as a lyrical flowing.
But we encourage you to explore both sides of the range of possibilities as you are looking at all these different ways to get into and out of our gancho. So, shall we dive into it?
Yes, we might start with perhaps the easiest in some respects, the open step. We saw in our beleos, that's where we produced a short beleo. And here it's a short way into a gancho. So if I invite my partner to step around me, I can interpose my knee and then bring my partner out.
So notice Arjun curved that open step to help manage the distance between us, as we were talking about before.
Right. Keeping that geometry. Keep our partner close.
That's right. So part of what classifies a gancho as a gancho is that rebound motion. We are going to do a future video on leg wraps that has a similar motion, but it continues. If you'll notice, the ganchos that we are doing here with these shaped open, we create the gancho and then we are going to rebound back to where we came from, which could create another gancho if you really wanted to. We could sit here and gancho all day long. That would be a leg wrap where we created the movement and then continued. So today, ganchos, we have our shaped open steps. So we have this open step that is shaped around us anywhere we want to. We can do it straight off of just getting started. Stepping out, we have entradas and our salidas. We have it within the molinete.
Ocho cortado. Let's see, I think we could show it best this way.
Yes. Right here, open, create, and we're out. One more time for me, Arjun. I want to point out a few things that we're looking for. So notice, like Arjun said, the nice soft knee. As I create this hook, if Arjun were to have a really straight, strong leg right there, show him a straight leg. See how that doesn't make it easy for me to gancho right there?
Right.
So by rotating the foot almost that you're showing your sole outwards, see how ding, that is what creates this nice soft landing spot for my gancho. Very important.
Yes. And being close,
Mhm.
I can get my knee to my partner's leg.
Whee!
If my partner's too far away, it means I have to reach for it, which straightens my leg so they don't have a nice landing spot.
Yes, and more often than not, if you are this far away from your partner, even if you were to lead the gancho, you probably wouldn't get it
Right.
because the
It'd likely be
positioning's
off balance,
Yeah.
and so on.
No good, no good. So lots of different opportunities to look for shaping that open step to ground it around us so that way we can create the gancho. So next.
I think the easier next one is with the back ochos.
Okay, for any back crossing step, we're going to be using our back ochos.
So again, I will want to bring my partner close to me, and we can do it on either side naturally.
This is a good position to talk about that striking of the match motion that the follower or whoever's creating the gancho is doing. I want to drag my leg, my foot along the floor for as long as it can go before releasing. What I want to avoid, one more time for me, Arjun, what I want to avoid is immediately kicking. See how I kicked first? I'm going to catch my partner's leg if I have enough flexibility or other things, right? So the way that we keep this safe is by dragging that leg for as long as it can go. Then it releases. Now we are knee, inside of the knee to inside of the knee, very stable. Nobody's in danger.
Right, well, that's a good point. I might point out that if you bring your leg out, how the foot is nicely pointed. If the foot was flat, there's the looks. Plus, if you happen to hook around your own leg,
oh, yes,
it's likely to bring both partners to the floor.
Correct. So we want to keep that toe on the ground for as long as possible. Strike that match to create that gancho.
Right. One other thing, as we're creating this geometry to create that right angle between us, it involves not only the step, but also some pivoting at the end of the step to give us the exact final position that we want.
Exactly. So from our back crossing step, we have it within back ochos. You can grab it during the back crossing step of a molinete if you want to. Bing! You have them on both sides.
Notice we can do it with either foot on either side.
Nice.
Oop.
There we go. And we're out. Yes. So looking for those opportunities on any of your partner's back crossing steps is a way to incorporate those ganchos throughout your dance. And then last but not least, we have our front crossing steps.
And that introduces an interesting possibility for the leader to do the ganchos.
For y'all? Okay, I guess. Ta-da! And then, if we want, we can follow up with our own.
We could also combine that. Get a twofer.
Exactly. So as we are doing these forward ochos, again, to set up our perpendicular positioning, we don't want to try to create this just in front and just trying to stick that leg out there. If you'll notice, Arjun is turning the body to create, or we can bring the forward ochos down either side of our body to create that motion as well, which is a fun movement within your baldosa U. So as we're coming around for the U, we can create off of these forward crosses. This is a nice, safe way to begin practicing the leader's gancho. Bringing the partner forward creates, again, a nice open space for you to then play with the idea of the leader creating the gancho. Throughout our whole dance, we have plenty of opportunities where we have an open step, a forward crossing, and a back crossing. And if we recognize what position we need to get into, we can create a gancho off of any of those steps.
Right. And as we've pointed out, the molinete gives us all three of those
Yes.
on a repeating basis. So all we have to do is think a step or two ahead of, okay, on the back crossing step, I'm going to grab that gancho. Oh, well, of course, we need to fit that into the music, as we would like to.
Yes. Just like anything, moderation is key. We don't want to just get so used to sprinkling our entire dance with nothing but ganchos.
Right, unless we're practicing.
And that's an excellent point, because that's a really good way to practice a skill, is by saturating one song or one practice session, just looking for every single opportunity possible. Because if you work on that, then identifying them out in the wild becomes a whole lot more easier.
Yeah.
Easy entries into really fun moves. This is all about the heart of our philosophy at the game of Argentine Tango, is exploring the range of possibilities for any movements, and how can we get into them? How can we get out of them? If this is something that you're excited about exploring further, we encourage you to join us over on gameoftango.com, where we have an entire course of these type of explorations for you for free. Yeah. No strings attached. It's not a come on. It is our gift to the tango community. And on that note, we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, abrazos.